What is up, guys? It is DMG here, and today we are going to be looking at a 2.5 million coin team that we built for Team of the Year. Now, before we get into it, I haven't really uploaded in the last 4 weeks or so, I think, something like that. So I just wanted to address that real quick. So basically, for the last few months, since like September, October, mentally, like, my mind has just been pretty shitty. Like, my mental state has been pretty bad. I don't really want to get into it that much, but it was just not in a good place at all, basically. So a few weeks ago, I went to the doctor to go kind of check it out, and they did some blood work and stuff, and apparently my blood sugar was very high. It was around like 450, it was like 400, 450 or so, and it's supposed to be around 100. And they kind of did some other tests just to confirm it, but basically I'm diabetic, pretty much. So learned that just a couple weeks ago. And so, so that was 2 weeks ago, and then since then, I was going to try to upload a couple weeks ago for Team of the Year, but then that's when I got diagnosed, and, I became, well, not became diabetic, but I realized I was diabetic, so I got admitted to the hospital, and I'm just kind of learning how to live with that since then, so that's why I haven't really uploaded recently, but, like I said, my mental state was just not there since, like, September and October, and that's when my blood sugar started being really high. Like, it was around 300, 400, 500 since, September and October. And, like I said, my mental state just wasn't that great. So when you kind of go with high blood sugar for, a sustained amount of time, that can actually mess up your mental state and kind of, make you have depression or have like depressed thoughts and stuff, which is what I was having, actually. So, like, once I got admitted to the hospital and they brought my blood sugar down, literally within 2 days, it was just a night and day difference. I felt a lot better. Mentally, I was a lot better as well. I'm not 100% yet. That'll come within the next few months or so. But I do feel a lot better. And, maybe not all of the depression is gone. I'm not sure. It may not, some of it may still be there. But I know a lot of it has gone. So, I'm really just grateful for that. So just wanted to kind of let you guys know what was happening over the last few weeks, and honestly the last few months as well. But I know that is not the reason why you clicked on this video. You guys wanted to see the 2.5 million coined squad. So in the team, we do have De Gea in goal. We have Valencia at right back, Bailly and Azpilicueta at center backs, Jordi Alba at left back. In the midfield, we do have Herrera, 88 Vieira, 88 Litmanen, and then in attack we have Cuadrado, Dybala, and in form Perisic. Now, I did also switch formations to the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and I did have some players in a lot of different positions as well. And then I also switched to a 4-2-3-1 as well. So like I said, I did have a couple players in multiple positions I just wanted to try out, just to kind of make sure where people were playing their best footy. So I'll talk about that when I do get to a certain player, but I will start out with just De Gea in goal. And he is just hands down the best goalkeeper in the game. It's not even close. Like, Farman, Perrin, solid cheap options that are overpowered, De Gea just blows them out of the water. Like, it's honestly not even close, right? So if you have the coins for De Gea, if you can fit him into your team, get him, because he is 100% worth it and 100% the best goalkeeper in the game. Valencia at right back, I've talked about him before. He has good pace, decent enough defending, great physical, high work rates. That's all you need in an outside back, and that's what he has. Bailly at center back, and again, I've talked about him before, so I won't go into details about him that much, but, good support center back. If you have another center back just as good or better than him, then Bailly's just gonna thrive. Simple as that. And then I think after that, we have kind of new players that we haven't used before. So Azpilicueta at the other center back spot really surprised me, because he is 5'10". I thought that height would come into play. It honestly never came into play, surprisingly. Never came into play, which makes me think that Puyol could actually be a really solid center back, because, again, he's like 5'10", but if height doesn't really come into play, then he's going to be a great center back. So I'm interested to kind of try him out too. But the good thing about Azpilicueta, he can dribble, he can pass, which is really nice for a center back, surprisingly. I didn't really know that. But it's also just tackling. He never win a game with more than 1 or 2 missed tackles. Never. It was always, 6 for 7, 6 for 8, 3 for 4, 4 for 5, something like that. It was always like that, game in, game out. Never missed more than 1 or 2 tackles. Jordi Alba at left back. he presses a lot. He has high medium work rates, but he kind of presses, you know, a right winger or a right mid a lot. So if someone goes around him, then he's kind of screwed. So when you see that, you have to control him and drag him back. Once you do drag him back, then he's going to be a great left back because, again, he has great pace and his defending is also pretty good as well. But again, just make sure you drag him back. After that, you know, you can go and tackle someone because he's good defending and good pace, and he can do it. He can just kind of track back himself as well. So in the midfield now, and again, I did switch to a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow or a 4-2-3-1, so multiple defensive mids in that position. And Vieira was always the one playing defensive mid. And like, he's amazing, right? He's 1.5 or 1.7 million coins, 1.8 or something like that. And he's honestly amazing. Like, he was worth those coins, right? Great pace, 6'4", medium high, great defending, great physical, all around very good card. So he's amazing. The only problem I saw was, you know, that only left like 800k for the rest of the team. So unless you have, you know, 5 million, 6 million coins to build the rest of your team with after you buy Vieira, I don't know if it's worth it because, you know, you don't want an amazing player surrounded by average players, which is kind of like, obviously the players weren't average, but I think I could build a better all-around team with 2.5 million coins than the team that I had just initially built. And also be sure to try out 86 Vieira before 88 just to see if there is actually any difference between those two cards. Next was Herrera. He either played center mid or defensive mid, and in this team he actually was not that good, surprisingly, because I mean, I've used him before. He was always a solid center mid, always a solid defensive mid, but in this team he just did not work out. I'm not sure what it was. It could be, you know, other players, because I have him in a standard just BPL team and he's killing it in that team. So I'm not sure exactly why he was so bad in this game, or at least in this particular team. I'm not sure, but he just wasn't that good. Simple as that. Other center mid spot was ADA Litmanen. I tried him out at striker, center attacking mid, and center mid. In my opinion, center mid is the place for him. Because for one thing, he makes great runs forward. He has high medium work rates, great positioning, so he can make those great runs and then position himself properly. But then another thing which is really nice, or I guess not necessarily nice, but is his dribbling's not that great. So you have to do, like, you know, one-touch passes, one-touch shots, get the ball to him, dribble 1 or 2 times, and then lay it off. Which, in that center mid spot, at least for me, that's how I kind of use my center mids. I kind of just get the ball to them and then quickly get rid of it. So that's perfect for Litmanen, right? You have to use Litmanen to his strengths. If you don't use him to his strengths, he's not going to be good. At striker, he was good at shooting, but he had the ball too much. Same thing for center attacking mid. At center mid, he doesn't get the ball that much. He can make great runs, and then he can finish at one time. Simple as that. Now on to the attack, and we have Cuadrado, Dybala, and Inform Perisic. Cuadrado was actually just more of a chemistry type guy, just kind of get the ball on Chem, because it was either him or Bernardeschi. Cuadrado has 5-star skills. I just threw him in there, but normally I would just sub in 80 or 84 Lozano, second Inform Lozano, at halftime or just before that, just to take Cuadrado off. At striker was Dybala. I tried him out at striker, tried him out at cam, and I just couldn't find a good position for him. I just didn't know. I really just didn't know what was a good position for him, because first of all, his touch wasn't that good. Like, he has 91 dribbling, and his first touch wasn't that good. And then the 2 or 3 touches after that weren't that good either. He has 91 dribbling, and his dribbling wasn't that good. He was honestly just a really big disappointment for the most part, because I expected him to be really good, and he just didn't really deliver. Like, there were multiple chances that he could have put away a goal, create a pass, but the first touch let him down, a couple of dribbles let him down, or he just didn't finish the shot. And also, 3-star weak foot as well. That's not good enough, in my opinion. It also felt like a 2-star weak foot. Cuadrado even has a 3-star weak foot, and I actually finished with him as well. With like the one chance that he had, he put it away on his 3-star weak foot, where Dybala had multiple chances and never put a single one away on his right foot. So his weak foot's not that good. His first touch wasn't that great, and I mean, I could have had just a bad card or something like that. But I mean, I literally have no idea. Literally have no idea. It was just mind-boggling that his 91 dribbling was a huge letdown. And then finally, we did have Inform Perisic, and he played striker. He played left attacking mid in the 4-2-3-1. He played center mid in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. And he's just like an all-around solid card. You can put him at striker. You can put him at left attacking mid. You can put him at center mid. He's just very good in all of those spots. He's the player that... He's not that flashy, but he will put a goal away if you need him to. He will, you know, hit a long shot if you need him to, make a pass if you need him to, position himself properly to receive a pass and then lay it off, or then create a shot if you need him to. So, you know, he's just perfect in that role. He's perfect in that role. And also, 5-star weak foot, he can shoot it with any foot as well, which again just raises his game, which, you know, makes him better than Dybala, right? If Dybala had a better weak foot, then maybe it would have been equal, but, you know, with that weak foot of Dybala's, it really lets him down. Perisic's 5-star weak foot really elevates him, honestly. And so the best players in the game, or at least in the team, Perisic was number one. He was honestly number one. I mean, yeah, Vieira was good. Litmanen at center mid was good. De Gea was good too. They were all fantastic. Perisic, again, while he might not have scored like as many goals or assists as Litmanen, he was just better. He just felt better. He was a smart player and he did exactly what he needed to do. So that's probably going to be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. And again, the team overall was decent, but I think I just put too many coins into Vieira. Again, he's a 1.7, 1.8 mil. So if you do buy him, make sure you have like another 3 or 4 mil to build the rest of the team around, right? And that's not even Vieira. That's just a player in general, because you know you don't want a 2 million coin team when 1.9 million of the coins was just involved with one player, right? That's just how it is. So again, that's just going to be it for the video. If you guys do have any questions over a particular player, just let me know and I'll try to answer them for you guys. But like I said, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been DMG. Peace.